A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Saint Mark. The disciples had forgotten to bring bread, and they had only one loaf with them in the boat. Jesus enjoined them, "Watch out, guard against the leaven of the Pharisees and the leaven of Herod." They concluded among themselves that it was because they had no bread. When he became aware of this, he said to them, "Why do you conclude that it is because you have no bread? Do you not yet understand or comprehend? Are your hearts hardened? Do you have eyes and not see, ears and not hear? And do you not remember when I broke the 5 loaves for the 5,000, how many wicker baskets full of fragments you picked up?" They answered him, 12. "When I broke the 7 loaves for the 4,000, how many full baskets of fragments you picked up?" They answered him, 7. He said to them, "Do you still not understand?" The Gospel of the Lord. Guard against the leaven of the Pharisees. The disciples worry that they have only one loaf of bread in the boat, not quite understanding that Jesus is with them in the boat. Jesus reminds them of the feeding of the 5,000 people and later of the 4,000. The fact is, Jesus is already made much out of very little and thus provided nourishment. He tells the disciples that instead of worrying about bread, they should watch out for the leaven of the Pharisees and the leaven of Herod. The warning goes back to Jesus' confrontation with the Pharisees on the question of Korban and what truly defiles a person. Jesus had accused the Pharisees of disregarding God's commandment and clinging to human tradition. This is the leaven, a common metaphor for corruption, that makes them impure. Their association with Herod and hence with the Herodians adds a note of violence to the leaven. The weak Herod had been pressured to order the killing of John the Baptist. The Pharisees and the Herodians are now joined in a common agenda to seek the death of Jesus.